they'd be looking for a quarterback.
This is the Sports Porch, Black and Gold, with your hosts, the technical director, the Grand Schwalbini, and Hockey Jesus. Come on, Pittsburgh. Let's show a little Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates love. The Sports Porch Black and Gold starts now. Yes, it does. The Sports Porch Black and Gold, it starts right now. All over the world, we're on YouTube. If you're joining us here and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click notifications. You'll know when we're live, which is every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pardon me, I am the technical director. Across from me is a Grand Schwalbini. Over here to my right, looks like I'm pointing left on the screen. Anyway, that's Hockey Jesus. We got Derpy in the house already saying, let's go. It's like the NFL is now in charge of our lives. Are they not?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
The next 3 days they are.
Come on, man. I was telling you guys before we started the show that, you know, I came down here to do some prep and I was watching the NFL Network, and I got NFL.com up, and I'm getting dizzy watching this stuff. It happens too fast. I have all these headlines and they already feel old. They
That's
really
right.
do.
Some of them are, actually.
Yeah, thanks. But you're right. I mean, you're right. It's not for lack of trying. So what are we going to do? Well, look, this is Black and Gold. So obviously we're Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, but you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's going to be an exciting spring. And today is like the official, you can kind of announce your signing free agents, because doesn't free agency really start on Thursday?
Wednesday.
Or
Wednesday.
Well, that's Wednesday.
It's
So
a 48-hour tampering.
Yeah,
It's allowed.
just change it. Just give it a friggin' day.
I think it had something to do with the way the contract's written.
Well,
Whatever.
Actually, I think the idea is that they know it's pressure-filled moments, so they give you an opportunity to back out for 2 days. And every year, about 2 people back out, but that's about it.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes it sound reasonable.
Right. Right.
It still sucks in a way, you know. It's like the legal tampering period. All right, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know,
whatever.
like for example, one year the Eagles signed Frank Gore.
Yeah.
And then he backed out and went somewhere else.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Yeah.
I do.
Arizona or something.
Right.
I remember that. All right, listen, let's just dive right into this, because we have to talk about the Steelers.
It's a free agent frenzy.
They've made some moves, and I mean, one of them I think is actually a pretty good move. I want to see what you guys think about this, and that is Michael Pittman being brought over from the Colts, because the Colts can't sign him. Well, they couldn't really sign him because of Alex Pierce.
Because they signed somebody else.
Yes, and so we trade for him. And I'll tell you what, I like this.
I think this is their best move.
Absolutely.
It actually, and now you can't say that the Steelers don't spend at the receiver position. This, I think, puts them now like the 4th highest in the league.
Right.
In terms of what they're paying receivers.
Right.
But Michael Pittman's always been very good, and he's never really had a great quarterback either. He seems to catch everything thrown his way. We know he's a tough guy. Remember that time he got blasted in the helmet?
Oh yeah.
You know, so yeah, I mean, yeah, this was like a very welcome surprise. I didn't see it coming, and good for the Steelers for understanding that Indianapolis was going to have to trade him. You know, when they signed Alec Pierce, because if other teams knew that, or knew it as well as, let's say, the Steelers knew it, they might have hopped on it.
Yeah, I
agree.
agree.
Good job there.
I agree. There's really nothing you can argue with. Last year, I guess he was playing with a back injury, and he just said, I'm going to play. I don't care if it hurts. I'm going to play through the pain.
Right.
So that shows that, you know, he's a tough guy. He wants to be on the field. That's an excellent sign for the Steelers. Last year, he had a great year. 80 receptions, 784 yards, 7 touchdowns. The year before, I think he was injured quite a bit that year. I think he had half the season. Well, not half the season he was out, but I think he missed the last 6 games. Still had almost 70 receptions. And the year before that, 109, 99, 88. So he catches the hell out of the ball, and I love it. He's a big guy, 6'4", 223. So he's physical. So you're not going to be afraid to just throw it his way and make him go get the catch. So, yeah, it's good to have, even if they're both not clear elite number ones, either of them.
Right.
It's good to have 2 number 2s. It's a lot better than last year already. And that's twice as better than the year before.
For sure.
So, I mean, they're going in the right direction. I would still, I know we're not talking about this as much, but I'd still like to see them draft a wide receiver, but they don't have to stretch now.
No, they don't.
They don't have to
third,
move
fourth
up.
round now.
They can wait till some of those the secondary ones drop a little bit. That'll be just as good as they're picked in the early second round, and I think that's a real positive for the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, I like this move. I feel the same way you guys do. I didn't have to look up his stats. I guess you already had him up, but I was doing the same thing earlier. I mean, he did have 2, we'll just call it 1,100 receiving yard seasons, which is pretty good. I think the only downside to it for me is what you talked about, HJ. Like, he's not a true number 1.
Yeah.
Is it cool to have a 1A or a 1B and a 1B? And not have a 1A.
I mean, there's only a couple ones in the league.
Yeah,
really. True ones. Yeah,
and that's why I say that if they go and draft somebody, maybe the guy they draft can turn into a superstar.
Right.
Yeah. Who knows about that? But keep saving that draft.
Nobody knows. But that's where you get them. You get them in the draft. You get them early.
Right. Or they're definitely saving draft capital here. It gives them an edge on the draft now because they don't absolutely have to waste a number 1 pick on a receiver. Not that it would be wasted, but you know what I'm saying.
3-year, $59 million isn't terrible either.
No, it's really not.
But it's still, we were talking a little bit about this before the show too. Young. I mean, they're getting insane money now, though. I mean, it's just insane.
Well, yeah, I mean, they gave DK huge money last year.
Right.
So, I mean, the Steelers understand that that's what you have to do.
Well, they're all getting
if you can't draft a good wide receiver and keep him for 3 or 4 years, you have to pay $30 million.
Yeah. So
the Steelers only paid.
I mean, really,
20.
this is a receiver that's getting essentially $20 million a year.
Yeah, we're watching him on NFL.
That's actually really good value at the receiver position.
Yeah, I like the fact that he caught. What did he catch? 7 touchdowns last year.
7
touchdowns.
It was his
80 receptions. That's
most touchdowns in a year for him. So, and 47 first downs, not bad. 58.8% of his catches led to a first down. So, I mean, it's all good stuff. The Steelers still have a quarterback problem. We know that, and last year they were willing to wait out Aaron Rodgers. This year, this to me is, and I haven't heard any of this at all. And I'm actually really happy about that. This is not Mike McCarthy's problem. Now, it is his problem, but this problem was created by the previous regime and Tomlin in the way, all the power he was given in the way that he handled that quarterback room with Colbert and a little with Kahn. But we all know that. So that's history. But good Lord, Rodgers, and you guys know I like Aaron Rodgers. I actually do. I find him to be interesting. But, give us a decision by now. You had 2 months. I mean, to me, it's kind of like, all right.
Stupid already. Like,
just fucking.
Just sign him and say it's okay for you not to be here. Right. You know what I mean? That's all it's about. Derpy is saying from YouTube, are there jerseys yet for Pittman?
I have no idea.
Of course there are.
Are there?
I'm sure there are.
Are there?
Just go on Fanatics. I'm sure they'll take your money.
Now, Derby also has some inside information here. He heard a rumor Queen might be on his way out. Now,
I don't know.
Derpy, we're going to have to hold you to this. Let's see how good your sources are. We'll follow up on this maybe next week.
For some reason, they seem to like Queen. I don't know why. Him and Holcomb seem to be the guys.
They did resign Holcomb.
Yeah. I know, and I thought, why? Why? They have a linebacker problem.
And I think there was something they could have saved some money off the cap by cutting Queen, but I think that time passed. So I don't know. I'd be surprised if they did, but let's talk about some other guys they signed.
Yeah, let's talk about the Steelers reinforcing their secondary with a cornerback, Jamal Dean, and I think the Grand Schwalbini has an interesting story, and I think he should tell us the story you were telling us before we started the show.
Well, I will start out by saying I have no idea myself if this guy can play or not. I just know that one Bucs fan called into Steelers radio today and said that they felt this guy is terrible. So I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. But I do know this. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think I've heard of him before today. Have you?
No, not that I recall.
Not really, but I mean, how many cornerbacks do you hear about?
Well, he's not in the good cornerback that we've heard about area.
In that particular category.
The only thing you hear about Tampa Bay is Baker Mayfield. I mean, you don't talk about their defense.
Okay,
well, the receivers are running back.
Okay, so let's dive into a couple of his stats. Okay, so would you say that as long as he plays 12 or more games a year, that's cool.
Full time.
He's done that his whole season since 2019. His whole career since 2019.
Where did he go to college and where was he drafted?
I don't see that on this because it's all NFL stats.
Mm-hmm.
You would say that interceptions are a key component of being a good cornerback. He has 11 in his career.
That's pretty good.
He did go 1 year with, it looks like, without an interception, but other than that, out of the 7 years he's played, 6 of them, he's had at least one interception. Last year he had 3.
Amy said the Bucs fan said he was a B the first 4 years and a D the last 3 years.
A bus the first 4 years? And
no, like he was a B, like A, B, C, D, E.
Oh, okay.
So he was good the first 4 years, last 3 years took a turn for the worse.
Except that last year he had the most interceptions of his career and one was a pick 6.
How many?
3.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
I mean, it's not. Let's just say it's not a terrible signing.
No. I mean,
well,
look, here's the thing.
Corner.
Well, here's the thing. I was surprised that they let Pierre go. I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
But look, apparently they feel that this guy is either A, better than Pierre, or B, was more affordable than Pierre.
Right.
So we'll see. Do you know on Steve, do you have the ability to look up the Pro Football Focus rankings?
No, but I'm looking at the rankings they had for cornerbacks that were free agents.
Yeah.
And it looks like he was 4th.
4th?
Yeah, but it's really not it's not a stellar cornerback free agency. I mean, number 1 would be Jalen Watson.
Mm-hmm.
He got signed by the Rams from Kansas City, because Kansas City actually signed what's his face to a monster contract.
McDuffie went to the Rams.
Yeah,
McDuffie went to the Rams.
Oh, McDuffie. Yeah. Okay, so McDuffie, and so they took both of their cornerbacks. That's interesting.
Yeah, and Cook, right? Didn't the Rams sign Cook?
I don't know.
All right, we're talking about
Alontae Taylor. Like, who's he? He's ranked just above him.
Mm-hmm.
Tariq Woolen for Seattle. I mean, he's considered the 3rd.
He's considered pretty good.
And then comes in the guy the Steelers signed. So there you go. So just below Tariq Woolen. So if you think Tariq Woolen was good, he's on par with that guy.
Yeah. So
we just don't see anybody playing in the NFC. So I mean, it's hard to really know.
I mean, I've seen Tariq Woolen play quite a bit, and he's had times where people thought he was a real top-tier cornerback, and then he had some stretches where he got burnt quite a bit. But overall, he's been pretty good. I think it's just there's very few shutdown guys that never get burned. You know what I mean? Very few of those.
Yeah.
So, I guess at this point, all we can do is put our trust in the Steelers' brain trust.
So Jamal Dean ranks 4th among all cornerbacks in PFF grade, 81.5.
Wow. All cornerbacks, like the whole year last year.
Allowed just a 46.9 passer rating in throws into his coverage.
Okay. We'll take him.
Sounds good.
I'd say that's a good signing then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be better than Pierre.
It's got to mean.
Most
Actually,
likely.
I think Pierre was like in the top 3. Honest to God.
Well, are you looking at it?
Look him up.
Oh, I thought he had him right there. Got to be a little faster on the draw there. A little faster. So
Well, if we had it.
while he's looking that up, if you're watching us on X, click that follow button. If you want to head on over to YouTube at the Sports Porch Podcast, click subscribe, click notifications, a lot of clicking. We're doing, I think I do more clicking than anything else in my life now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously.
Overall grade 20.
Anyway, you click the
20.
the notifications button. You know when we're live every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
I would love
That's
to
right.
read more, but for some reason, Chris's internet is blocking me. So.
I don't know why, dude. I'm not attempting to block you in any way.
I'm just telling you, it says DNS says FU.
Wow.
That's your internet.
Is that exactly how it says it?
Yeah.
Dude,
come over here.
You're plugged into the internet.
Telling
Okay.
you
You got a
done.
firewall.
Okay, as you guys are banning about nothing.
Well, let's
Let's talk about some of the losses. So they lost Isaac Sayamalu today. They lost Kenny Gainwell today.
Yeah.
They lose anybody else of significance?
not off the top of my head, but how do you feel about the Gainwell loss? We were texting, and okay, so you love it.
Yeah, I mean, it means they're all in on Caleb Johnson, which is what they should have been last year. So I'm glad that he's gone. That doesn't mean they're going to be better, but at least we finally get to play our rookies. I mean,
how sure are you that Caleb Johnson is going to be the guy with Mike
Right.
McCarthy? I mean,
how sure am I?
yeah.
50-50.
Okay. I mean, that's reasonable.
Yeah. I mean,
You're being way too reasonable.
I don't know though.
sorry. I mean, we didn't see him run at all last year, so it's impossible to know.
No, you're right.
It's true.
I think he got in like 4 plays.
Although
maybe more than that, but not much.
I think that Kenny Gainwell could be somebody that, will be missed. And this is actually
For
a very,
sure.
very good point of Amy's here, is that Rodgers did love Gainwell. I mean, he loved dumping it off to him. Had good hands.
So now we love Jalen Warren. So what?
Yeah, but Gainwell did have that ridiculous catch that we did play.
Right.
For.
And Jalen, the one thing with Jalen Warren is he sometimes lines up on the wrong side, and then Rodgers has to yell at him.
Right. That's true. That's true. Now we're getting some info here that it says the Steelers have signed Rico Dowdle.
Really?
From the Panthers. Just happened. That's derpy. I don't know if it's
is that
official. I'm trying to find this on.
Does that basically mean that, like, losing Gainwell, there was no point to it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Although Dowdle, I think I don't know. I'm trying to confirm that. Are you trying to confirm that?
Yeah, I can pull it up on my phone because I can't pull it up on my computer.
What are you? You're blaming me for something that I have no idea what's going on.
I got rap sheet on the phone right now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's get it.
Not official yet.
Okay.
It says we are signing him though. Yeah.
They
22 seconds ago.
Okay.
Really?
Jordan Schultz. I guess.
So
Jordan
you're not
Schultz
gonna-
is saying that. So, yeah, we want to hear from you. What is your reaction to this? And how do you feel about the Steelers? Crazy. How do you feel about the Steelers in free agency so far? And it hasn't even really officially started. So
I'll tell you what, though, it's kind of a little bit of a change, I would say. I mean, the Steelers are usually not very active in free agents. They usually wait a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
That is true.
So
They pick off the scrap bin.
yeah. So, I think it's a good sign that things are being run different with McCarthy in charge.
Yeah, I do like that. Definitely. I don't know what it's going to look like come the season, but there you go again with I guess Sayamalu's gone, and what are they going to do in the draft? I mean, everybody that's been talking about the draft and all the mock drafts, now things are going to kind of change.
Well, yeah, all the mock drafts are going to change because,
Right.
for example, everybody had the Chiefs taking Jeremiah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame. Now they don't need a running back.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well, and
Not that high.
That's what I'm hinting at, which is how is it going to affect the Steelers? I mean, we talk about Caleb Johnson. Well, what if they want to draft a running back? What if they're working on, Jeremiah Love because they're saving draft capital? I don't know.
Well, they're not. They're not if they just signed Rico Dowdle.
Right.
Now they have 3 running backs again.
Yeah. So it's just everything's going to flip around. Mike Lawrence is in the house. Thanks, Mike. Do you guys think McCarthy had a lot of influence on the free agent market? It is different for the Steelers. I'm going to take that one. Yes. Right.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the head coach now,
Yeah.
and their GM is kind of a bean counter. So,
yeah,
there you go. So, yeah, I think he absolutely had some. Hey, we like this guy. Let's go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think for everybody who was not tickled pink by the fact that Mike McCarthy was named the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least now you're, and I was, because
you were tickled pink.
I was pink.
Your face does look pink.
Oh, thanks. I shaved.
Yeah.
I took a shower and shaved for you guys.
Wow.
I'm serious.
I mean, it's nice to see a person over there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
A non-homeless looking.
Right.
That's right. Well, ever since you told me Amy made that kind of homeless comment.
Well, housing challenged.
Housing challenged.
Yeah.
So anyway, for those who weren't tickled pink by this, I would say, look, things are already different. I mean, they feel different just based on the perspective that we have here, where they usually wait at least 24 hours, before they start making moves. So are the free agents told about the 5 toilet stalls, says Chris Chata? Yeah.
I think they probably say we're working on putting in another 5 stalls.
Yeah. or maybe it's like we're adding another one down at the end of the hall.
They're too busy planting grass right now.
Yeah, right.
One thing at a time.
Right.
Down at the yak.
One thing at a time, OC.
Oh my God. All right, let's talk real quick about some other things that occurred free agent wise. How about Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs? How about that?
I think that stinks, just honestly, because it was really nice having a playoffs without the Chiefs this year. I think we all had Chiefs fatigue, and I was really kind of getting tired of the Chiefs. Right. And it was nice to have them down, but I don't know why. But just for some reason, the fact that they got Kenneth Walker, and they'll probably add a receiver, maybe even Ty Hill coming back.
They'll probably draft a high receiver.
I feel like the Chiefs are going to be back this year.
Yeah,
I feel like you can't keep like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes down for too long. Now they have one of the best running backs in the league.
I mean, yeah, from an offensive perspective, but their defense kind of got raided a little bit.
Maybe.
So I'm not saying you're not right, because I think, yes, they're making the moves they need to make to surround, once again, Patrick Mahomes, who's getting older and now has a pretty extensive injury history. They're adjusting and saying we need to add these pieces. So, yeah, I think it puts them in a much better position. Am I shocked? What did he get? An average like $8 million a year?
No, it was 15.
It was 3 for 45.
Yeah. Or 3 for 45. I'm sorry, I meant 15. Yeah.
I'm just
so
really
that's a lot of money for a running back.
I still feel I'm really surprised that Seattle wouldn't give $15 million a year for just 3 years to their MVP in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think that's a little surprising.
That did shock.
I think they want to play Charbonnet, and they probably think they can get somebody.
They probably want to spend top dollar to probably make Smith and Jigba the number 1 paid receiver.
Yep, I'm sure that's part of it for sure.
Yeah.
And they wanted to keep Shaheed. So, that's just what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay.
No, I don't think you should be shocked by that signing. And you shouldn't be shocked that the Kansas City Chiefs will be back. They were a dynasty before, falling out last year,
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how they what they morph into, because the last time they won the Super Bowl was mostly on their defense,
Right.
So they've won the Super Bowl mostly because of their offense before that. So I don't know what they're going to be, and that's really going to be the thing. And that's such a competitive division. So they have to keep up with some of those teams.
But if you kind of go with that, that kind of theory that every year, there's 14 teams in the playoffs, and every year there's like 6 new teams in, right?
Right.
And then 6 teams are out. you know, you could almost book the Chiefs are going to be one of those teams going back in. I mean, that's just my guess.
Yeah.
You know, assuming Patrick Mahomes stays healthy.
Right. All right.
Who else?
San Francisco. They
Mike
bring
Evans.
in Mike Evans. I mean, it's like you can't even keep up with it. This is crazy. I mean, Mike Evans is now on the 49ers. That's exactly what they needed. Now, look, he is like at the end of his
Old
career,
injury prone at this point.
Yeah, but he's still
very good.
He still makes an impact.
He still gets 1,000 yards every year.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and he can make those catches, and that's exactly what a guy like Brock Purdy, Hall of Fame, needs.
Mm-hmm.
And look, you know, you can say what you want about Shanahan being a genius and a great coach, which he is. Is he going to go down as that guy that just can't win the Super Bowl, but always, no matter what, puts together a great team and a great scheme?
Well, that's who he is now.
That's what I'm saying. You can say all of that, but you know, is that what he is destined to be?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But Mike Evans is a guy that makes a difference in the locker room and on the field. So
yeah,
I
like
had
had some headaches in the wide receiver position.
Yes.
I mean, Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
He ghosted them.
And Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
Deebo went away.
Right.
Yep.
And Juwan Jennings, they're probably going to have to sign him.
Right.
He's starting to mouth off about not making money. So
yeah.
And now
I don't know. They got to do something about those wide receivers. Starting to sound like the Steelers wide receivers.
And so what?
Not quite as bad.
Formerly the Steeler wide.
So what did you guys think of the morning news where Tua is released, and apparently the Falcons are interested in Tua, and you know, of course, the Dolphins sign Malik Willis to a 3-year deal. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I think it's kind of a shame and a little bit sad, kind of the fall of Tua. I mean, he's obviously a really talented quarterback, but you know, it's so hard to have him as your guy, knowing that he's one hit away. And while everybody is one hit away, I mean, he's like, you know, one tap to the head away.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
He's actually one hit away from being a vegetable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, that's what scares me. I think the guy should have retired. That's me. I mean, you're getting paid a lot of money, but
I feel like that was insensitive.
I'm not being insensitive. I care. I'm caring for it. It's compassionate. It's like you're one hit away from like not being able to walk maybe again.
You're calling a person a vegetable.
No, from. All right, look, can we yes.
It's just a theoretical vegetable.
Right.
It's not a real vegetable.
Okay.
Thank you so much, HJ. Finally, HJ's back in my corner on something.
But I mean, don't feel too bad for Tua. He's still going to get paid $99 million from the Dolphins.
Yeah, I guess I don't.
Well,
feel
and actually,
that
you know what he's going to have? He's going to have the similar situation to like Russell Wilson had,
exactly.
Where like, you know,
they gave him all that guaranteed money.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has the same situation.
They're going to sign for $1.3 million with somebody.
Yeah.
And then the other team's going to pay him $40 million.
That's crazy.
That's exactly
that's crazy. That would be like me going to work for Aldi for $8 an hour, and Trader Joe's continues to pay me, you know, $100 an hour, which is not what they pay me.
Pat off track, showing that it doesn't take long for him to go off track. He's talking hockey in the midst of free agency frenzy.
Yeah, Pat off track. Listen, slow it down. Go back and start from the beginning. Malik Willis. Hey, listen, the guy that made the NFL.com top 101 list, I can't remember his name, you know, shame on me, but I was watching him talk about Malik Willis. He named Malik Willis his number one free agent. And you know how we all feel about Malik Willis around here, being, you know, this is a Steelers show. Tomlin talked him up, then he didn't draft him, then he went to the Titans, then he was crap, you know, that kind of stuff. Then he goes to Green Bay as a total of like 3 starts, and now he's a $20 million man. I think that's ridiculous, but I digress. This guy, 101, the top 101 list, says he thinks that Malik Willis is absolutely the steal of the quarterbacks, and he's got all the tools. He's the best running quarterback in the league. He's better than Lamar Jackson. He's younger, of course, and he's going to show that this year, and he can make all the throws and all this stuff. And was like, you can put a pin in that. Absolutely, he is going to be great.
It's possible.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's not impossible.
I have a different opinion. I'm just saying that's what he said.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, I mean, like, I will tell you this. I personally would prefer that the Steelers sign Malik Willis as compared to running it back with Rodgers.
Right.
But I look at it sort of
too late for that.
You're right. But I look at it in a different way. I look at it more in terms of if he's great, then great. We found something. If he's not, then we get a quarterback in the top 10 next year. You know what I mean? I sort of look at it like that. So it's like a win-win, good or bad.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably how Miami looks at it too.
You think so?
You know? Yeah. I mean, I think they probably have some belief in him because, Jeff Hatley, who's their head coach,
is it Hafley or Hatley?
Hatley. I don't know.
Whatever.
But what was he? The defensive coordinator of the Bears last year?
I think so.
And I think he had to prepare against Malik Willis twice last year, and he thinks the world of him. He thinks he's really good.
Okay.
So they probably have a good feeling about him. They're talking as if, no, we expect him to be the guy, not a bridge. But they know in the back of their mind, if he doesn't work out, then we'll find our quarterback in the top 10 next year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, you got it spot on. There's really nothing to add to that.
Yeah.
Well,
pointing it out.
When you apply that to the Steelers, though, that's where it kind of hits home.
Well, I mean, the Steelers are going to wait around for a 42-year-old guy to make his decision.
That's the one thing where the McCarthy changes are kind of like, well, it's the Rodgers connection.
Well,
he's gonna wait for his buddy who's been talking him up lately.
Yeah, and I mean, we're without a quarterback again, so I just don't want to beat that dead horse. But the reality is, I do like the thought process. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back, they just go sign somebody, and if they suck, they suck. I don't think we have to worry about the got to stay above 500 record anymore. That's no longer in play. That's actually that's actually very freeing for me as a Steeler fan.
Yes. I can see.
To think that if the Steelers suck next year, they could really suck next year. And that would be great because then we would finally get a top 10 pick.
Right.
It may be in a season that, has a few better quarterbacks in the draft. So I'm good either way. I mean, the reality is we're the defending AFC North champions. So we've already got that title and everybody's going to be chasing us next year.
Chris Chada, do you think a guy like McCarthy, who's proven to be good with quarterbacks, can help Will Howard? Will we ever see what the Steelers have with him? No.
Yeah, I'm a really difficult one to answer.
It's tough, but they didn't draft him to be the starting quarterback.
Well,
and
something has to happen for him to become the starting quarterback. Basically, like if Rodgers is the guy, he has to get hurt for him to have an opportunity.
Yeah, or Rodgers doesn't come back. They miss out on, say, Daniel Jones.
Right.
And, Kyler
Murray.
And they got to just go with Mason Rudolph.
Right.
Then you might see it.
Right.
Then you might see it. I don't think that will happen, but I don't know. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I who knows? I'm tired, and I know this is kind of like you were saying, it's good either way. This is kind of like a I don't know, a gimme year for Mike McCarthy. Like you got to deal with this quarterback situation.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, you're going to come out of it with a clear direction. So he's going to get a 1-year break. No big deal. But it does suck to be in this situation again, because honestly, I don't want to watch Aaron Rodgers play football next year. I actually would have rather watched Malik Willis in a Steelers uniform. At least it would have been exciting and a change. And I don't want to watch Mason Rudolph either. I mean, but look, we're not in control of that. We're not in control of that.
Do you think there's an opportunity where you could be in control of that?
No. Amy says if we get Flacco, I quit watching the Steelers.
I heard that about Aaron Rodgers last year from some people.
Yeah.
And they watched the whole season.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
All right. Okay. Look, any other free agency moves you guys want to talk about NFL wise? I mean, that's the, that's the big thing.
I do have to say, with the Steelers losing Sayamalu, you could be looking at another year where they go offensive line in the first 1 or 2 picks.
And what did I say? You know what?
Yeah.
I'm glad you bring that up, HJ, because a couple weeks back, before I had to miss last week's show, we did a list of our most important Pittsburgh athletes, and I see Broderick Jones was on my list for the Steelers, and you guys were all over me. And I said it's because
he might not even be back there.
Right. It's because he's important, because whatever happens with him is what will guide the Steelers draft this year, after he was slated to be the heir apparent left tackle for a generation of football. And it's like, now if he doesn't come back, they probably do have to draft a tackle pretty high. They're saying that it's a deep draft for line, but not left tackle, so yeah, I think they might do that. You might be right.
You might have to. Yeah, they might have to.
But here we sit. I am validated just one time.
I wouldn't say you're validated.
Just
I think it was still a
one time.
very stupid and poor decision.
I always, we got to get there. If you're watching on X, thanks for being here, guys. Hit the follow button. We're here every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
How about Pat Off Track brings terrorism into the show?
Well, I mean,
he's full of facts.
He is.
He's full of facts.
Yeah,
and it's the truth that Will Howard was born 2 weeks after 9/11.
I know, and considering
never got to see it happen.
Considering what's going on in the world right now. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit subscribe, click notifications. You'll know when we're live. We do drop a podcast right after the show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your friggin' podcasts. There is one move that we do have to talk about that impacts the Steelers, and that's Max Crosby going to the Ravens.
That's true.
That is true.
Now think about this. Think about this. That they and as soon as I saw this happen, I immediately thought about, what if the Steelers had traded TJ Watt? Look what the Raiders got. 2 first-round picks.
Yep.
This year and next year.
Mm-hmm.
And Crosby, who's a little younger, you know what I mean? And not quite as good, but he's a motor back there, and he's damn good.
Yeah.
He's not TJ Watt level yet.
It's close.
Oh yeah, he's as good as
But
TJ Watt.
he can
close.
right now he
For
is.
sure
Absolutely.
he is.
He's probably a little better.
Yeah.
But imagine if they had done that last year and gotten just a 1 first-round pick.
That would have been the smarter thing to do.
Well, here's the thing about that whole deal. Everybody who likes to bash TJ, and we do it here, so we're guilty of this too. They say that he doesn't make that big of a difference. So is it really that important that the Ravens got Max Crosby, or is it worse that they lost Tyler Linderbaum?
Yeah, it's true. They've added and they've lost.
That feels like a hateful deflection, doesn't it?
I'm just saying that we hate on the defensive end position and say it really doesn't affect the team that much. Yeah, it's nice to have a good flashy guy who can go back there, sack the quarterback, and maybe once every 8 games get a fumble and scoop and score. That is fun, no doubt about it. But in the scope of things, is it really that important?
So who I was praising was actually the Raiders, or actually, the Raiders, for getting 2 first-round picks.
I get it.
That's what I'm saying. Like for Watt, he's on the decline. I mean, look, I love what TJ Watt did for the Steelers, but let's face it, he's never been on a long playoff run with the Steelers. We know the track record. So, right, he hasn't made that much of a difference. So why not trade him, even if you could trade him now and get a second round pick? I don't know that you'd get a first round pick for him. But if you got 2 first rounds for Max Crosby, I think you could make the argument you get 1 first round for TJ Watt. Why not? Why not?
I don't think anybody would do that.
You could get like a 2 and a 4.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trey Hendrickson's still out there.
He's
probably better than Watt right now.
You don't have to give anything up for him.
He is 30 or 31, so he's kind of on that. And you have to give up a lot of cash.
And Bradley Chubb is also available.
Yeah.
And they say that the Vikings want to trade, I think finance wise. Was it Grenard,
I think.
Yeah, Grenard.
Whatever. So that is a significant move in the AFC North, and will it improve Baltimore's defense? We'll see. We'll see. They've got other issues there. New head coach. I've always said bringing in a new head coach in a new system, all bets are off.
Hey, did you hear the move that Joe Burrow did?
Yes, I did. Jessica Alba.
This? Yeah,
he's dating Jessica Alba.
Yep.
And he's a goofball. I mean, if you watch,
she's like 20 years older than he
is.
She's 44.
She doesn't look 20 years older though.
No. I think he could have done better.
No, obviously not. Obviously not.
I mean, I think he could have done a little better than Jessica Alba, don't you?
No, I don't think so.
No? You think she's top of the heap?
Well, Jessica Alba is actually way richer than he is, too.
Number one.
Yeah. She's way richer than he is, too. Like she's
a cougar. She's officially a cougar.
Well, she's got that company. What's it called?
Don't know it.
I don't know. I'm talking about
Flore. I don't know. I'm making.
Yeah, she's got like some company. It's a monster.
Yeah.
That's why she doesn't barely act anymore.
Why should she?
Smart. Yeah.
Right.
If they're making money.
Hang out with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they do more than hang out.
Is it called The Honest Company?
Yes.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
I never heard that.
I wonder how honest they really are. I mean,
probably pretty honest.
Yeah. We make things and sell them for money.
Well, at least you know the name of the person he's dating, unlike Aaron Rodgers.
Has that really been kept under wraps?
Did he get married? Is that true?
Exactly.
Is that true or not true?
That's what he said.
I don't know. Who knows?
Wait a minute. Pat Off Track says should have got Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. That's a little bit more of in his age range. That's true.
Yeah. Joe Burrow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe the Joe Cool vibes. That's not Sydney Sweeney's thing. I feel like she's more like a bad boy.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Yep.
I don't think she settles down with just one, even man.
Yeah, based on her latest lingerie line, which I haven't seen yet, but I've heard.
You've heard.
It's interesting. Yeah. You know, she has a lingerie line.
Is the lingerie line called Honest?
Did you?
I don't think so.
Did you know she had a lingerie line?
No, I did not.
You're a liar.
No, I did not.
You're on social media more than I am.
I know Sydney Sweeney, and I am a fan of her work.
Yeah.
I think she actually is a good actress.
She's very good.
I don't disagree with that. She's got all of the attributes of a good actress.
She makes it happen.
I'm sorry, good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on to something.
Hey, I just wanted to say that the Bengals did something in case.
What did they do?
Thank you.
They got Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
In the mix.
Now she's going to be up in the press box.
Yeah.
Next,
Chiefs got Taylor Swift.
Listen,
Bengals got Jessica Alba.
This is beautiful. The
Pirates got Livy Dunn.
The NFL is unreal because this is going to happen. The Honest Company is going to be there's going to be some sort of official partnership. You watch.
For sure.
This is an opportunity for Jessica Alba and probably some sort of dream, if I may, for Joe Burrow.
By the way, in 15 minutes on the mound for USA tonight is Paul Skeens.
Oh, so let's just talk a little Pirates real quick
as they face Mexico.
Real quick, because free agency frenzy by this time next week, it's going to be like the balloons popped and we pretty much know everything. So we'll do more Pirates next week. But there's a big raging debate over Connor Griffin and should he start the year with the Pirates. And I'm kind of split on that. And I don't want to talk too long because we're getting close to the playoffs in hockey, and HJ, I'm sure, has a lot to say. There's been a lot going on with the Penguins. I saw somewhere where they have one of the more difficult schedules in their last 19 games or 21 games, something like that.
The next 5 are ridiculous.
Here's the big question with Connor Griffin.
Okay. I guess we are going to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, we should.
Well, he's blasting the ball. He's hitting home runs, but I'm looking at him right today, and he does only have a 182 average in the spring.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not great.
Right.
The question is do you want him to start the season? Because, well, look, there's a few reasons why he could start the season. Number one, he's more talented than what they have.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, he's a more talented fielder than what they have.
Yeah, he's more talented than what they have. I guess on the flip side of it, the risk of it is by bringing him up maybe a little early, do you sort of, have him with sort of confidence questions if he hits 220 and 20 homers? Do you want that to be his rookie year? So it's just a thing to think about.
Well, I think
it's versus, he goes to AAA, he hits 350 and a bunch of bombs, and then he comes up like, maybe a third or midway through the season, and then has a strong finish, going into next year.
Yeah.
He's still a teenager.
Yeah. I mean, he is. That's the thing.
That's absolutely part of it. No doubt about that.
I think, and I could be wrong about this, they make comparisons to Ken Griffey Jr., not directly, but as far as like teenager to major leagues. But it just seems to me like you gotta prep him for a career. And I have said in the past that putting him up here, I think, would be good. But, Ben Cherington said something today about, 100 at bats. It's really 98 at bats above high A. And it's like, yeah, I think he needs a little more time. I mean, he is 19, and I'd love to see him. I'm conflicted. I'd love to see him play. I'd love to see him play in a Pirates uniform. I think it'd be a great story. I actually happen to think that he might have a rough start, but he would settle in because he just seems to have that mentality. But I also realize that what you said, if you bring him up here and he bats 087, is he the next Henry Davis? I mean, now Henry Davis was never touted to be as good as Connor Griffin is, but I think you understand what I'm saying. So we're going to talk about this, unless you have anything you want to add to that, HJ.
No, I was going to say the same thing about Cherington. Was kind of walking it back today.
Yeah.
Or this past week, really.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Cherington ever put out there that he would be on or that they would even consider him.
He didn't, but when he did finally speak about it, it was, hey, let's pump the brakes on this kid. He's going to be great. Let's just give him a little bit of space. Yeah.
Pat Off Track is telling us now that the Honest Company is valued at $550 million. Congratulations, Jessica Alba.
That's no Taylor Swift.
Look, you've got an open invitation to come on the show anytime you want and talk NFL, because obviously you're an NFL fan. Obviously.
And she's got to split it amongst 3 kids. So
yeah, that's a lot.
She's going to have to make more than that.
Those kids are, they're going to. All right, let's not go down that road. All right, Hockey Jesus. Hockey Jesus is right next to me, right over there, right down there. Hockey Jesus is on the porch at the Sports Porch podcast. He talks to Yin's guys after every single Penguins game, and he talks about their game and their season and what's going on. And he just doesn't stop. He's like the little engine that could. We had some fun earlier this week. He was live down at PPG Paints. I was just behind the glass, as they like to say. But Hockey Jesus, take it away. Tell us what's going on with the Pens right now.
Oh, boy, it's been exhausting. There's been so much going on. Plus, you had the trade deadline thrown in there. So let's see. Where do we start? I guess we can start with what happened last week. Last week, they lost a tough game in Boston, 2-1. Really was kind of a boar's fest. There was just not a lot of action, and Boston just kind of put the clamps on, and the Penguins just couldn't score. And this is going to be the problem with the Penguins if they don't find secondary scoring with both with sit out in this case, because then the Thursday game came, and Buffalo, I don't know what Buffalo's been drinking lately, but they've been getting into a lot of melees.
Mm-hmm.
And Darlene and Gino got into a little spat, and Gino brought out the hatchet and got 5 games for it. So whether you like it or not, my take is online. You can go and listen to it. But essentially, I agree that he should have been suspended, but I also agree that the NHL is a joke when it comes to making that consistent across the board. Absolute joke. But Buffalo kicked our ass 5-1, which is probably because we kicked their ass right before the Olympic break 5-2. So I think it was just the comeuppance. And Buffalo's playing great now. They're probably the best team in the league right now as far as the way they're playing as a team. And so we had Philadelphia come in on Saturday. The great thing is I was at the game on Thursday and Saturday. So I got to see the debacle on Thursday. And then on Saturday, it kind of had the same feel, only the difference was Penguins would score and then they'd give up a goal. They'd score, then they give up a goal. They score, then they give up a goal. And it was disheartening because every time you're like, okay, they're finally going to get some distance between them and Philly, and they just could never do it. And, of course, you go to shootout, and you're going to lose in a shootout against Philadelphia because they got this guy named Trevor Zegras. He doesn't miss.
It is ridiculous.
He doesn't miss. He's really phenomenal. So they get a point out of it. And that's so you're like, okay, at least they got a point out of it. And then Sunday comes along and they're down 3-0.
It's a nice win.
It's near the end of the second period, and you're like, oh boy, they're really falling apart. And they scratch back by getting a goal. Then they scratch back some more with a backhanded goal from Connor Dewar, and they just kept coming. I mean, that's the thing that I love about this team. So Gino was out, of course. That was his second serve suspension game, and they just kept coming. They're not afraid of trying hard the whole game. They play a full 60 minutes, and honestly, I thought they were outplaying Boston most of the game. It's just that they just weren't getting timely goaltending. They were making some boneheaded plays. Like, I don't think that Muse had the right lines out there where he had Avery and Ben Kindle together, and Pavel Zacha just absolutely abused them. He made some goals. He had a hat trick on Sunday, and it's been an up and down week for the Penguins. But overall, I mean, they've played fine. They've played fine without Sid.
By the way, did you know that it was their first 3-goal deficit overcome without Crosby and Malkin in the lineup since 2001?
2001. Wow. Yeah, I did see that stat.
It's something, you know.
Yeah.
They're playing hard and they're getting points.
Mm-hmm.
So
the guy who's really stepped it up is Carlson. I think he's just
he is playing well.
And I think the good thing that Muse did in the last game was he got Sammy Girard not playing with Letang. Those two guys cannot play together. They're not good. So they brought up that Solovyov and they played Girard with him. And I think that worked out well. So, and you can play Clifton with him too. So I think that's going to work out okay as far as the defensive pairings go. But as far as the scoring goes, they're going to have to keep going. The fourth line's been phenomenal as always, but when the fourth line's your best line, that's a problem. And I think Rax is getting better at the center position, playing on the first line. I think you have to keep it that way. Chinnikov seems like he can play up on the first line. And Mark nailed this one. Grand Schwalbini had his crystal ball out for this one. That Chinnikov's a star. He's unbelievable.
He's good. He's good.
His shot, his speed, his sense of the ice. He's got all the right tools, and his shot is by far the best. It's just a rocket ship. And so I think that's helped kind of solidify the first line. And the second line is just going to be a hodgepodge until until the second and third line are going to kind of trade off of each other between Novak and Kindle and the likes of Bantha.
They've got some good play from Novak lately.
I told you, Tommy Novak is a solid guy. The only problem that I have with Tommy Novak is he's so soft. He goes down so easily.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He can get pushed around by a tough team.
Oh.
And that'll be a problem in the playoffs because they're all tough teams in the playoffs if they make it. Now, they're trending for 100 points, like I said, in my last HJ. If you didn't catch it, you can. Not this week. We got to talk about this for a second. We'll come back to why not this week. So the Penguins have played fine. They've played good without Sid, and they've only got 3 more games without Gino. He'll be back in time for the Monday away game in Colorado. And Sidney Crosby is making the trip. So it is possible you might see Sid either in that Avalanche game with Malkin. I'm sure he wants to play against his buddy Nate Dogg, and they play Carolina right after that. But the 3 games before that, Carolina, Vegas, Utah's playing pretty good. Oh boy, and they shellacked Vegas at home 5-0. So they're going to be looking for some revenge at home on this coming Thursday.
It's going to be interesting. I do like how the Penguins have played off this whole "what are they going to do with Malkin next year" question that always comes around.
I love what Dubas said about that.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He basically said that we need to concentrate on the season right now and winning this year, and things are working, and we don't want to have a distraction for Gino or the Penguins.
But what he said explicitly was, we're going to do what's right for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Right. Right. Which I think is right.
And that could mean they're going to re-sign him, or it could mean they can let him go, because you can see both sides of that argument.
Yeah.
It's a tough decision, but I think Dubas already knows what he's going to do. He's just not.
I think he's going to re-sign him, because I think
it's the opposite.
I really.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Everybody wants him to sign.
Yeah, but
because
Chinikov,
it's the easy thing.
Well, then bring in another Russian. I think that connection was huge. That's just me.
Chinikov's playing great without Gino.
Honestly, I think the thing about Malkin, I mean, obviously he's not the same player when he was a dominant player, right?
Sure. He still has flashes.
I mean, he's a serviceable player, right? But I also think the one thing about him, he's such a dumb player at times.
Oh yeah, Gino, as we call him.
He really takes bad penalties and can really change the momentum of the game on his own in a bad way too.
He has.
So
he can.
So therefore, that's kind of why I think, if right now he's just kind of, let's say like a fairly decently above average player, you don't want a guy who's, also brings a lot of negatives too.
Yeah. The only issue you have, and it's sad that you have to say this, but it's true because they played so long together.
Right.
Is that how does Sidney Crosby feel about not re-signing Gino when he knows he wants to come back and he'll sign at a really small level, $4 million.
Do you think he would?
Oh yeah.
You think he'd sign at a real small?
Oh yeah, he'd sign it. I think the problem is he wants a 2-year deal at like $3 or $4 million. But they only want to give him a 1-year deal at like $3 or $4 million.
Okay.
So I think that's the thing. Like they don't want it to go past next year, because they're going to have guys by that point who can fill in for him. Next year, it doesn't look like they have that second line center right now, unless they're planning on going get one in the free agency in the offseason this year. And that's just too far away to think about. But that could be the plan, to go get a Jason Robertson or somebody like that, put him on the second. Now Robertson's a winger, so he's not a center, but it could fill that Gino position, and you move Kindle up the center of Robertson on the second line. You could do that for sure. So it's really hard to know. But Amy was talking about a fight that happened this week.
Yeah, did you know about that?
Oh yeah. Actually, this was in the. I think she's probably talking about the Boston Tampa Bay game. It had over 100 minutes in penalties.
That's crazy.
And they had 15 goals. 15 goals in 100 minutes
that's
and
right.
penalties.
Yeah, the 8-7 game.
Yeah, 8-7. And it was like back and forth. It was 4-0 Buffalo, and then it was 6-4 Tampa Bay. Then I think it was 7-4 Tampa Bay, and then they came back to win 8-7. Yeah, that's why I said Buffalo's playing really well. But you know what? All those shenanigans, they're fun. I'm not a big fan of all that, you know.
But I think the point she was making was, you know, when you were talking about how nothing's consistent. Like here there's a fine of $5,000, there's no suspension.
Right. And you can even go back to there was a game between the New York Devils and the New York Rangers where a Rangers guy literally headshotted this guy right at the blue line. Took his head right off. And so, of course, you know, that's going to start a fight. Well, the guy that got hit was on the ice, and the guy was kind of getting up from him, and he was whacking him with the stick, just like Gino did, only he was sitting down while he was doing it. Nothing.
Right.
Not even a fine, not even a call up, not even a hint of a suspension. And he's whacking him with his stick.
Right.
On the head. You know, that's what's ridiculous about the NHL. These refs just decide, well, that was a good hockey play, so we're not going to suspend it. Versus Gino, you know, that wasn't a good hockey play. He was just reckless, you know?
Right.
And it's just like, just shut up. Just admit that you're going to find certain players because you don't like the way they play, and that'll be that.
Well, I think the year is now. Don't the Penguins have a pretty tough?
They do. I think they have the hardest schedule left in the league.
Right, 19
in terms of opponents.
20 games left.
And opponents winning percentage.
Anytime you have to play the Avalanche twice.
Right, there you go.
Dallas, Carolina 3 times. I mean, Carolina is the number 1 team in the East. Avalanche are the number 1 team in the West. There's 5 games right there.
Right.
I mean, throw in Ottawa's in there. The Islanders are in there. The games that are going to matter are like if they can steal a game against Carolina or even get a loser point, if they can win at home when they play Winnipeg, you know, those are going to be the games that they're going to have to win because they really have a tough time against teams that they also play like Ottawa and the Islanders and even Detroit to some level. And then after that, the good thing is it looks like Florida is going to be out of the playoffs. So by the time they play Florida, they might.
That's kind of surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a super surprise. Yeah.
Pat off track. Way too much fighting. Lightning were butthurt because the Sabres beat them 6-2 in their barn. Is this some sort of hockey jargon that I'm not familiar with?
No, they were butthurt. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's Pat being off track.
Yeah.
No, he's right. I mean, the Sabres beat Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
Well, I know that.
So Tampa Bay wanted to come up and beat their ass.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what Tampa Bay does.
Yeah.
They rough people up. When they don't like a team, like they went after Tage Thompson right away. And they went after Dahlin right away. Now, Dahlin, sorry. I'm starting not to like this guy.
Really?
The more I see him, I think he's a dirty player. He likes to cross-check guys when nobody's looking, and he never gets a penalty for it. I have a feeling he's a talker on the ice too. So there's no way that Hagel lost his shit like that. There's no way he lost his shit like that just because he got cross-checked twice. I'm just saying it like it is. So and then Dahlin turtles just like he turtled on Gino. I don't know. Not a big fan of him. But I get it. You know, everybody rallies around the captain. If it was my captain and he was and people were beating the shit out of Sidney Crosby, I would definitely want somebody to go beat somebody's ass. And that's what happened. There was just a lot of ass beating going on. And like I said, Buffalo's a really good team this year, and it's taking teams by surprise, and they're rallying around it. I mean, Lindy Ruff called out the team in December and said they're too soft, and this is how they're going to reply. And I think that's good hockey. I think that's good for the Buffalo Sabres. Fans love it. I mean, the fans were going absolutely ape shit over it. So I mean, it's fun for hockey. It really is. So I don't have a problem with any of it. Not my brand of hockey that I like to watch, but I get the entertainment value of it.
All right, that was Hockey Jesus, who preaches on the porch after every Penguins game. You can follow him at the Sports Podcast on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, click notifications. You'll know when we're live.
Can we talk about one thing before we leave the hockey?
Sure.
It's looking like I will not be doing Hockey Jesus for the next 3 games.
Why?
Oh no.
Well, I'm going to be on an island. And from what I understand, the island has very bad Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're talking about
what island is this?
Down there in Turks.
Down there in Turks Caicos.
Congratulations.
Look at you.
You're going to have a good time.
Look at you.
So I'm leaving early tomorrow. So
good for you.
Oh, no wonder you're drinking.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'm off the rest of the week. I only drink when I'm off. You know that.
Yeah.
So the away game, Carolina, the away game in Vegas, and the away game in Utah look like they're going to be out for the Hockey Jesus. Although
you're still going to see, right? You're still going to see.
Yeah, I'll definitely follow it.
Yeah,
and if I get a chance to be able to jump on, I absolutely will. I just don't know how well it's going to go. You know,
we've had this discussion.
We have quality issues sometimes, so we got to have the right quality for the hockey.
Understood.
Show.
Understood.
I seem to remember me having the same potential issue every time I go on vacation. Yet somehow I end up making it.
Yeah, you come on,
once in a while. I destroy the show.
You come in a windstorm.
I just want to give my fans a warning.
Windstorm, yeah. HJ, watch out for the donkeys. They can bite.
Okay, thanks for that.
Listen, I've been to the Turks a few times. I don't remember the donkeys thing, but my wife and I pretty much stay in the hotel.
Yeah, you're staying at the Ritz-Carlton. There's no donkeys.
There are no donkeys at the Ritz-Carlton.
Steve might be staying in a donkey hotel.
I will absolutely be looking out for the donkeys. Thanks, Jeff.
Steve and his donkey hotel. Oh, that was one of the best ever. Honest to God. Okay, listen. Great show tonight. We're moving on. Napoleon was exiled to an island twice, says Pat Off Track. I mean, the humor's still
that's totally ridiculous. Like,
but he was.
What were you talking? I mean, when I see Napoleon, my first thought is Napoleon Dynamite, and then I'm kind of excited, and then I see he's talking about the actual Napoleon.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what are you talking about?
All right. Listen,
this is insanity.
This is for the boys here. Somebody wrote on our board outside our freezer at work. They like to put these questions up just to have fun. Name the worst movie you've ever seen, quality and story. I was the first person to write something underneath that. You know exactly what I wrote.
I thought you
Napoleon Dynamite.
I thought you said Napoleon Dynamite was building on you.
Well,
growing on you.
Not really. I decided against that, and I put Napoleon Dynamite up there. Right.
That's okay. Right, it just shows that you lack humor.
That's true. I do completely. Yeah. I am completely humorless.
Yeah. You know you have a life without laughter.
Now this is of course, I laughed this entire hour plus. All right. What we're watching, the Couch Report. This is what we're watching. We're going to have the Grand Schwalbini after he sneezes.
After I sneeze.
Yes. Tell us very quickly. Bless you again.
It's a sneeze attack.
There you go. Kabam. What we're watching. What is it?
Okay. Well, everybody.
And we only have 2 tonight, by the way.
Everybody, I want to thank you for watching the program tonight. 136 strong. We appreciate that you are here. That is Jerome Bettis plus 100. And what we're talking about here is, look, we realize it's the off season. You need something to watch, right? Unfortunately, today is a fun day because it's free agency football, but most days we don't got much, right? And in the past, the Pirates haven't given us much. And, thankfully the Pens are giving us a good show. But what else are you going to watch, right? And it's so damn hard. It's hard to pick shows because you pick them, and then if they don't turn out great, feel like the bottom of the barrel.
Wasted
time. We give you your time back. All you have to do is tune into us at the end of every show. We're going to tell you what we're watching. We're going to tell you 2 thumbs up. That means it's a lock. We're going to tell you 2 thumbs down. That means if you watch it, it's your fault. Or we're going to tell you, thumb up, thumb down. That might be a scenario where it's like, hey, if you like, rom-coms, you'll like it. If you don't, you won't. that's kind of how we roll here. So all the choices: Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. We're going to tell you what we're watching. And Chris, we're going to start it off with you.
Ooh. The TD, that would be me, watch something called...
Interesting. I saw this and I thought about it, but I did not
56
pull the trigger.
days. 56 days. And it is on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
How were the first 55 days?
They were excellent.
Excellent.
And then they got 56, the day 56.
Was tragic.
Okay. Okay.
Now, let me tell you, I did this. I had Gemini write this up for me. I told Gemini what I thought of 56
Do you not
days.
have a brain?
Yes. No, I don't.
You can't think for yourself?
No, I want to read this because
he's giving an AI answer to what he watched.
But an AI response to his feelings.
The world is going crazy.
Yes. No. It's
God.
An AI response to my feelings.
Oh my
because
God.
He can't explain them properly.
Imagine two strangers meet at a store and decide to go for two by moving in together, right as a massive lockdown hits. Go for two, football reference, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 56-day sprint that starts as a romance but turns into a crime scene. By the end of the game, there's a body in the apartment, and the police are trying to figure out who blew the coverage. Sports related? No? That's a no good? That's a no-go.
Just tell us what you think.
All right.
That's terrible.
People turn in
terrible.
to listen to us, not computers.
Okay. All right.
Awful.
56 days on Prime is, I actually give it 2 thumbs up.
And why?
We're done. We're done.
We know nothing about it from that stupid AI
56 days.
thing.
Basically, it starts at the day there's a murder discovered. And then it goes back to 56 days prior. So it's really good. And one of the things the AI response said that's true, it's a total 2-minute drill. It jumps between the past and the present. So it's kind of like you start with the murder and then it goes all the way back to where a young woman meets a young man in New York City. The young man has a history and he's essentially the child of a billionaire who got into some trouble when he's a teenager. And now he's kind of living undercover, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But what you find out is somebody else took the fall for him. So it's like not illegal that he's out in public. Gotcha. He's just trying to hide his identity. And he meets this young lady. They strike up a love affair. And then throughout the series, the twists and the turns, you go back and forth from the day that they discover a body in what ends up being his apartment. And it builds on the history, and it's really twisted. And
I'm going to change course. I think I like the AI version.
Thank you very much. 2 thumbs up for 56 days. I'm telling you, it's actually pretty good.
Is it good?
You have to get through the first 2 episodes for character development.
What is it, like really, 8 episodes, 10 episodes?
No, I believe it's only 6. I believe it's only 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 6 shot.
And the acting is really good. So 56 days on
How was
Prime.
the sex?
I'm going to give that a 2 thumbs up as well.
I figured.
As you could see from the attractiveness of the actors.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, the Grand Schwalbini, what we're watching. This is something now. This is another season?
This is the final season, season 3. I've watched the entire thing, 1, 2, and 3. Tell Me Lies on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris, you'd probably be excited to know the sex is pretty intense in this one.
Great. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I will tell you, this is just one of those. This is definitely a difficult to describe show.
There is something called AI that you could just type it in and it would describe it for you.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I am exactly.
So
right.
Anyway, basically what this is, like this whole thing, I think starts out like, at a wedding, and it's with all these people who, lived together and hung out in the same circles in college, but most of it takes place back in college. Okay. As they're kind of looking back, right?
Right.
And it's basically about, the relationships with these people. And some of these relationships are really screwed up. I mean, big time screwed up. There's a lot of like, this is one of those things where there's a guy in the show, his name is Steven. And you think like he may be the worst person in the world. Like you couldn't even imagine it. And it gets like season 1 and season 2 were kind of like fun and a lot of interesting stuff kind of happened and they're really good. Season 3, the final season, it was very bizarre because I hated that Steven so damn much that I felt like I didn't even want to watch it because I hated Steven that much. It's like, this is what it is. It's so dark. It's so dark that I would say to Amy, my wife, I would say, I got to take a couple days off from it.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, it's so dark.
Oh, I like that.
Like at the end of those episodes, you're just like, I just think everybody in the world is evil and horrible. And I just like, if I were these people, I'd want to do myself in. You know what I mean? Like,
let me ask you.
Yes.
You hated Steven.
Yes.
Was that a Steven with a PH or a V?
I believe it's a V.
Okay.
But I can't be sure.
All right. So there's no chance of projecting.
But so here's the thing. While the last season, like there were episodes where it was just like, it's just difficult. It's just difficult to get through it. But then I have to tell you, like, and I was like, I went through the entire last season basically saying, I don't like it. I'm not going to like this last season.
I'm done.
Right. The last 20 minutes, like pretty much like the big ending scene, was one of the most phenomenal endings to a show ever.
Yeah, I mean, apparently you just beat your microphone.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
tied it all together.
It made the whole thing worth it.
Brought it all together.
Yeah, it made the whole thing worth it.
So that's a two thumbs up.
That's a 2 thumbs up. I would say this is a watch it with your wives show.
Even better.
Oh, okay.
It's a watch it with your wives show. They might like it a little bit more than you, but
the sex is great.
Yeah, and if you're kind of into like dark shit, this is dark.
Awesome.
I like the dark stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, before we head out of here, I want to thank Tobu Jack for being here on YouTube. Click that subscribe button, buddy. Notifications Jack. Every Monday night.
By the way, Amy May, best ending ever.
Awesome. Tobu Jack has a question that we'll just look. We're going to talk more about this in the future, but I wanted to get this guy's comment on screen. Thoughts on Dowdo and Warren being utilized as a 1-2 punch like Gibbs and Montgomery?
Yeah.
I think I'd just rather have Gibbs and Montgomery.
Right. Exactly.
Well, they're no longer on the same team anymore.
That is true.
Exactly.
So they're the new Gibbs and Montgomery.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right.
That way.
Toby Jack, thanks for that. Come back next week. I'm the technical director. That's the Grand Schwalbini and Hockey Jesus. This has been the Sports Porch Black and Gold. Thanks for being here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click notifications. I'm dropping the podcast right after the show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your friggin' podcasts. And you're going to be watching our shorts and our clips and our reels all over Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff. So find us everywhere. We'll see you next week. That's it for the Grand Schwalbini Hockey Jesus. I'm your TD. I am out.
Peace.